All right, well, I'm going to talk to you a bit about embedding. Embedding is basically taking code to share an asset or a resource from one page and put in another. Now, it's a web page based tool. Sometimes using things like Microsoft Teams, then we may only need to provide the link to the video and it will embed it. But for something like Canvas or other LMS systems, we can use the embed code. So what I'm going to do is embed two things, a YouTube video and a H5P example into a discussion forum. So I'm going to open the discussion forum first. And so here we go, we've got a post here. To get the process started, I've got to write a reply, and that'll bring up a new example of a message that I can add. And I can type in here and begin typing. Now, the trick here is with this is what we call what you see is what you get. So HTML code for web pages is basically representational. So it just tells the browser how to display things and organize it. So we have to actually paste the embed code into that view. And most web page editors will have two different views. They'll have the view that you've got here, which is the what you see is what you get, and you've got the HTML view, which shows you the code. Which means if you know a little bit of code, you can start to manipulate things to what you want. You can see here's rich content editor and HTML editor. So we need to be in the HTML editor to actually make this happen. All right, so that's the end point. Let's go to YouTube. And here we've got a whole stack of videos. Let's go Star Trek, that's always pretty good. Some bloopers. Now what you have to do is go down to this thing here called share. And when you select that, you'll see you've got a whole range of different options for embedding into social media and other particular pages. But the one that we want is this one called embed. And you can see what it's done is created a bit of a code. And that code there is what we want. And if you want to enable this privacy enhanced mode, what it means is that if the person's logged into YouTube and the video finishes, it doesn't display suggestions for what they'd like to watch next based on their previous browsing history. There's quite a lot of things we can do with this, but let's just copy that. If you have a look at the code, it's telling you how big it's going to be. Telling the address, and it's the iframe is just like drop it in here. So I'm going to copy that, select it all and copy it. Come back to our discussion. We're in the wrong view there. So we go to HTML editor, it'll tell because you can see it's a code here for start and stop a paragraph. Get a cursor below that and we'll drop that in. So I'm pasting that in, and you can see now we've got that code in here. Now if we go back to the rich content editor, we should actually see the video embedded on the page, and there it is. What if it's a H5P activity? Well, I've got one here. It's a timeline. Quite a neat one, just showing the history of internet communications over the last few years. And if you come into H5P where you've created it, you'll notice that you'll also have an embed code on the ones that you create. So if we select that, you can see it looks very similar to the one that's in YouTube. And if we select all that, you're going to limit it, but we'll get past it for our assessment. And we can copy that. And of course, the main trick here is to make sure you put in the right view. So that's what you see is what you get. This is the HTML editor view. This is the view that you want. So if you type a few things in to start with, before you do anything, when you go to HTML editor, you'll see some funny code. You know you're in the right place. And I'm going to paste that in again. There we go. Go back to rich content editor. It should have dropped it in with a bit of luck. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time to drop in. There it is. Now if we post that, it's another way of saving it. Then you can see there's your video. If we select play, the user can go full screen if they want to, and push escape to get out of that, and then down below you've got your view of your H5P. You can also go full screen with these if you selected it. So the user's got nice big screens, it's quite nice. So either of these tools would be great for your assignment if we can't get Teams going. because you can embed things. The only other things you can really embed are things like podcasts, videos from Vimeo. The other thing you can use these for, I'm just thinking about this aloud. If you're looking for particular images to put in, a good place is Unsplash, because they're all Creative Commons. And I think with some of these, what you can do is you get an embed code. So if you want to use, let's say, that image, I think it's one of these. Maybe it's not this one. No, it's not. But one of these tools, I'll have to find out for you, allows you to embed it directly from here, and it gives you all the, oh, here it is, down here, share. Yeah, no, it's just the link, I think. It's not an embed code. Would enable you to put in there. Forget that, that's the wrong site. But anyway, that's pretty much how you do the embed stuff. Technically, we can embed anything that's a file, but it has to be somewhere on the internet for that to work. Sometimes people like to embed Word documents and things on pages, which is fine. You can do that with the iframe code, but you just have to have an address for that actual file itself, which we can do in Canvas without too many worries. But it's probably easier to provide a link to a file, whereas a video, you're in the middle of the content, you can watch it, and then you've got a presentation in the middle of the content as well. It just makes it so much more kind of engaging. All right, I'll stop there. If we need to, we can pick anything up else tonight, and good luck with it. See you later.